Okay, but for now, he's just pretty much going to meet and greet and say what he wishes to say to you.
Well, you're going to hear a lot during the course of this campaign from people who are going to talk about what they want to do and how they're going to do it.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
The fact is, as a lifelong resident of this city,
that's right.
I want somebody who's not afraid to walk through this door by themselves.
Right.
That don't need an entourage. Right. That is coming. This is home. Okay. That they're not uncomfortable walking in here talking to you. Look, you are the people. I got my brother-in-law here. I got high school classmates, people I've known here forever. This is my neighborhood. Okay? These are the people that I've been representing now for almost 40 years. And I understand your pain. My mother's on the west side now, but she lives in a neighborhood just like this. And at the end of the day, you all are going to be able to pick up the phone and talk to the mayor. Okay. Now, how important is that? Very important. So you're going to be approachable, we're going to be accessible, and we're going to be responsive. You know, my campaign team screams at me all the time because I haven't changed my phone number in about 20 years. So everybody calls me. And they're like, you can't just keep answering the phone to everybody that calls. Now on the way here, Coach Dozier, who was coaching at McKenzie when I was in high school at Cass Tech, when McKenzie was my neighborhood high school, he just called me from out of state, said, Benny, you still got the same phone number, huh? I was like, Coach, it's the same phone number. He's like, well, yeah, I just want to call you and tell you, you know, I'm out of the state. We're going to rally all the fellas in the hood up to come and tell you how much we support you, because we know you understand this community. You understand what we've gone through. I know what it used to be like. I know what it's like now. But more importantly, I know what it's going to be like. It's going to be like the communities that we grew up in. We're going to be able to ride our bikes on the street. The kids playing hopscotch and tag and hide and go seek. We did all of that stuff without fear. I rode my bike as a young person to Belle Isle.
All the time.
And no fear. My parents didn't say, hey, the word we told our kids was, be back before dark.
Right by the street lights.
You weren't even worried about it. Because we had safe streets. But we have to, there are a lot of things that are going to encompass making these streets safe. One is, I was talking to Reg this morning, and we were talking about the neighborhoods and what's going to do to get the guns safe. We need to educate our brothers in the street. We spend a whole lot of time on incarceration. We need to spend more money on education. Right. We need to start focusing on saving our kids from going to prison. I put a lot of bad people in jail. I will never ever apologize for that, because there have been people in this community who have victimized us. And they look like everybody in this room. But the point is, we need to start focusing on saving our children. And that's a difficult sell to folks who don't look like us, because they are saying, oh yeah, we'll put them in jail. It's not my responsibility. But it is. It's our collective responsibility to work on saving our children. We know that they're headed for trouble when they're very young. Let's focus on getting our kids in this community to take care of our babies. That will make our streets safer in and of itself. We know that these kids need help. We see them. A lot of them are living in circumstances that some of us have never even seen before. I used to head the child abuse unit in Detroit. Some of the things that happen to our children, quite frankly, are unconscionable. But we have to wrap our arms around them as a community. If their parents are not going to take care of them, we as a community have to stand up and say that our babies are important to us. We don't care what conditions the mother's in. We don't care about grandma or dad. We are going to raise our children, and we're going to do it by solidifying our neighborhoods on a very small basis. To get back to the concept that we had when we were much younger in this community. We're going to challenge everybody to step up and take care of the babies in this community, and then that one in and of itself will make it safe. Once it's safe, businesses will be all up and down these streets like they used to. If you talk to people who left this community, they will tell you they did it for one of three reasons. First, because they didn't feel it was safe for their children and their family. The second is because the education system isn't the education system that we can educate our children. I'm looking in this room, and I can see people that I know where you graduated from. I know what high school and public schools you went to. We educated us, didn't we?
That's right.
And why can't we do it now? Our children can be educated in our schools by our teachers, with our folks protecting them. There's no reason why we shouldn't have a very solid public education system here in the city of Detroit that we welcome sending our kids to, because we've done it before. We've all seen it done. So we got to focus on that. So now you're going to make it safe. You're going to educate our children. That's why people are leaving. The third thing is we gotta have jobs. But the jobs that we had back when we came out of school aren't there anymore.
That's
A
right.
very close friend of mine, when we got out of high school, he went straight into the plant. And it's funny because he used to work 90 days and quit. The money he saved, he just spend it all, then he go and get another job in another plant. You can do that.
Right.
It's not that way anymore. So we need to start preparing our children for the jobs of the future. They have to learn about green technology. They have to learn about IT stuff. I was looking at my grandson this morning, and he came in. He says, "Hey, I want to call my mother." So I said, "Well, go get my cell phone." I come back. I didn't have to call. I didn't have to call. He got her on something called FaceTime. And I'm looking like, you 6 years old, you called your mother on FaceTime. But that's the kind of familiarity our children are going to have with the technology as it's emerging and changing. So we need to focus on getting our children the good jobs. Now, everybody ain't going to college. We all know that. But if you look around here, there's a lot of construction and destruction that has to happen. We got to fix some stuff up. We got to tear some stuff down. Why can't we train our kids to do it? My dad used to tell me all the time, boy, you can tear up anything. Yeah, we can. So let's get these boys in the hoods, and let's get them out and let them tear some of this stuff up. But let them get paid for doing it instead of doing it for free, all right?
That's right.
Okay, so let's get this done. I really appreciate you all being here. Reg is looking at me like, you got to get moving there, Sheriff.